going live, baby, live.
You are listening to the Big Vito Brand.
You are listening to the Big Vito Brand with Noel and Big Vito. Throwback.
Hi guys, welcome to Thug Wives.
How you doing, everybody? We're live, baby, live
What
with
is
the Big
it? Thug
Vito
Wives,
Brand.
Thug
And
Bros,
just as
Thug
we
Wives, Thug
said,
Bros.
I know we had technical difficulties last week.
Go
I know
fuck
we had some
yourself.
problems
That
last
should be
week,
the
but
name.
we
Go fuck
have
yourself.
the famous,
yourself.
the glamorous,
Thug
Go thug yourself.
the
I'm Noel
amazing
Harlow LaGrasso,
Lisa
Big Vito LaGrasso
and mine
of the
I
Big
had
Vito
extra
Brand.
sexy.
We are joined
Lisa, how
by
are you
South
doing
Billy
today?
Dean and Danny
I'm
J.
doing fantastic. How are you?
What's up,
Doing
Biatch?
fine. Did you like my introduction?
And Foxy Foxy.
You made me blush.
What up?
I made you blush.
I'm
You
congested.
made me
I'm
blush.
sorry.
I'm
congested.
You're so glamorous and
I
glowing.
think
You come in
I
yellow
have
when you talk.
convertible hair, not
Well,
sex hair, guys. Danny's
Another
in the chat with us.
difficulty
Hi,
there,
Nicole.
but you have my voice.
Vito has
That's my fault.
sex
I
hair
didn't
too.
tell Lisa that it was a video. So
Meaning it's
she's got her
shiny.
audio going, not her
Yeah,
video, but it's
shiny
okay.
and
Because we're going to ask questions.
Yeah,
We're
it's
going to
just
ask the
one
questions
section,
you
some of
you
the
want to
pictures
know
of
the
Danny.
most. And Vito, I'm going to let you start
God.
off. the
All right,
interview,
guys.
so I don't talk as
Here's
much.
the deal. We're gonna
All
play
right,
word
here we go.
association.
Lisa, all right. Let's talk about. Now, I just named a bunch of things. All right, and we
Mr.
just talked about that.
Danny.
Let's talk
No,
about.
hold on,
your
no, we got breaking
Okay.
news, all right?
Because you know
we
I'm
got
into health and
Yeah,
fitness, and I
we
try
need
to
to talk
keep
about
as
this
as
breaking
fit
news. Mr. Dennis,
as possible.
I am so
Oh.
sorry about your restaurant.
Before we get into all
Let
the
me tell you
questions,
something.
I just wanted to
It is a shame,
Get
and I feel really
an
bad.
insight.
But in all
on
honesty, there's a buffet
somebody
right
like
down the
yourself,
street,
a
and I got to
female in
eat.
the business. on how
You
they
better
keep
stop
ready
that.
and prepared
Standing
all
on
the
top
time
from
for
Dynasty.
any break they get.
Heel turn.
So
Dan,
physical fitness
heel
is
turn,
your
pal.
question,
That's a heel
basically.
It is a heel turn.
Diet,
It's like they're
skincare.
reaching out to Tom and
Oh
asking him
gosh.
if he
Well,
needs anything.
I would have to
And I'll be
say
like, oh, wiki,
I have
wiki.
good
Somebody said house
genes.
in my
Thank
fire.
you, mom and
No,
dad.
Dan, if you really want to reach out,
And
and
I
touch
would
someone,
say I
maybe you
play
should try
tennis.
Cutlets
I
by
walk.
Mary Ellen.
I'm not a gym goer at
That
all.
from now on,
No,
because
no,
you have no
no.
Dynasty buffet.
I have
that
free
you
weights
will
at
be going
home.
to Cutlet.
Now, I
That's
have
kind
not-
of like
I
my
have not,
basically, and I eat
seen the
sensibly, but
damage.
I'm not
It
a
apparently went through the
vegan or
roof and
anything.
stuff
I
like
eat
that.
steak and
So
potatoes.
for
I'm a
how
Missouri
long
girl,
they
okay,
are
so
closed,
I'm
I do
totally
not know.
Midwestern food,
or if
Southern
they're even
food.
closed. I'm assuming they're
It's just
I'm off
quantity,
tomorrow,
you
so
know,
I'm
just
gonna
don't
drive.
overdo
I'm gonna
it.
drive by
you know?
and check it out.
And then skin,
But
again, good
Mary Ellen
genes,
for
you know.
cutlet
I don't
tips.
do anything special. I've had no work done. Thank you. Of course, we have yellow. You're looking at
I'm
yellow
letting
right
the world
now.
know
but
we're live
anyway.
on YouTube right now.
It's
Um,
funny how
in this
that
picture.
that burn.
But you can go to my website or go to IMDb or whatever.
Go ahead,
you can
Dan.
see what I look like.
I
There's
was
all
saying
kinds of
it's
pictures of
funny
me
how that
that aren't even in
caught
the
on
studio.
fire
You know, they're from
soon after we
a
did my
convention
video.
with supporters and fans and things like that.
you're
So
right.
It's like
I
a weird
just got
fire.
lucky.
It caught fire
And
not
now
too
we
long
have my
after
phone
it
going. This
closed.
is a very busy
Yeah.
time of year, and
Yes,
I don't know how to
for the
unplug
night.
this phone here.
Kitchen fire, maybe?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Could
could be because they got the
Well,
hibachi
it's just
inside
gonna
there,
have to.
and
I don't even know how to unplug
hibachi
it.
grill.
We'll just stick
Like a
with
grill,
it. Not a big deal.
hibachi grill in there. So it's highly likely. Or
We're talking
the
about
one
physical
waitress
fit
that
and
yells a
physical
lot could have yelled in the flame. Probably
It's
jumped
not
towards
working.
the
It's
ceiling.
funny. Don't make
Maybe we
jokes
should-
about it.
Yeah, this is just not.
Somebody's live
Okay.
like this.
Really the
Okay,
first
yeah,
time you
sorry.
ever tore a house
It's okay.
down.
Vito's new to horror movies.
Dan broke
He's
it.
not. I'm a horror movie
Shut
fan.
up.
He's not a horror movie
I
fan, and
yeah,
I
I
was
was
a
damn.
big fan of
Go
Nightmare
fuck
on Elm
yourself.
No, but I
loved Dream
I
Child
wish
when I was a kid.
Tom, the
Oh,
best
cool.
of luck. He's a
That was,
great
yeah,
guy.
that was my movie. I
And,
actually watched it with my
I just
grandmother,
want my
who was
place
super,
back
super
soon. 'Cause
religious,
the other
which
place is
makes
like
it even
$3
funnier.
more expensive.
Because we have Amanda, the nun,
Yeah.
in that one.
It's
you
not
know?
Seriously, it's-
I'm going, this
Amanda
is Danny, wiki, wiki.
Yeah.
That's where
Some
the
ass in these movies, like
Yeah,
you're
I don't-
throwing
I don't
kicks
get that
and
at the other
stuff. So
place. I'm
did
like,
you
who
do
are
any
you?
training for that?
You
Like,
want
you're just
water?
physically
Okay.
fit? Like that was
They
crazy.
don't treat you like
Yes,
family.
They
They
did
don't
send me
treat
and
you like
Andras,
family.
who
Yeah,
plays
they don't.
Rick, my brother,
You're
you
not
know,
treated like
to
family
karate
at
school for
other
a day.
Dynasty buffet.
The other
so I-
buffet.
Wow.
So I wouldn't learn how to,
Talk
you know,
Foxy
I wouldn't hit
because
myself in the
she's your,
head with
like,
the
favorite
nunchucks, you know,
person, so
and
you
have
can
a
go,
concussion.
Foxy, Foxy,
But
Foxy.
I mean, and I had done gymnastics in high school.
She's like, oh.
So, but I had
Every
amazing
every
stunt
time.
doubles and the Nightmare 4 for
Because
sure. I mean, we had
going,
Olympiads, seriously. So I would do the start of it, the cartwheel, let's say, but then cut to stunt double doing flipping over Freddy and all that crazy stuff. So and then the nunchuck scene in the bedroom when I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like gonna try the nunchucks because of course I've gained my brother's powers of karate, So I start it and I do some of it, but from the back, that's totally a karate stunt double person.
Right, you know what, Lisa, my interest in your charisma.
All right, well, before we do this, are we doing the first word that comes to your mind, or just the words we associate with said word?
I wish, but you know
This
what?
can go either
That was
way.
1988, so there weren't a whole lot of. Now learning karate or Hapkido or any of these martial arts is so many women do that now.
Now,
in 1988, no, that was not like a common practice for actresses to even learn and have it as a skill. Back then it was still singing and tap dancing.
Whatever words you have, put in the chat.
But now it would be a good idea to have martial arts on your resume.
We're putting you in a Freddy Krueger movie. You can sing and dance. Go. So those are the thug lives, the thug yourself rules.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Or was it too
Pretty much
with
changing the name of the show because there's been like it should be.
Oh, he's such a sweetheart. He's just a doll.
The thug wives. I think
he's very charismatic, super high IQ, and talk about anything. I mean, seriously, anything. I remember we were in the trailer one day, and I'm getting my makeup done. Now, understand that I was naturally blonde, like blonde hair.
All right, Foxy, you pick a word, and then we'll
but for the role of Alice, they wanted me to dye my hair red, so we put a rinse on my hair every day. Well, I may as well just dyed it because it stained my hair. After 10 weeks of filming, it stained my hair.
Christ.
It's okay. So every morning I have he's getting his makeup put on, and I'm getting this dye put on, and then they have to blow dry it. So we had like 2 blow dryers on my head. Anyway, he and I would be in the trailer. And I remember one time we were just talking about, he's redecorating his bathroom. We were talking about grout colors for the tile,
I met Kane Hodder once.
So it's kind of funny to see, Robert Englund turning into Freddy as they, glue on the pieces. And then we're just talking about grout.
Very exciting.
Anyway, very sweet.
That's amazing.
But no, he was really sweet to all of us young actors. We were all young. For many of us, this was our first film. And he was just very gentle with us, and just a lovely giving actor as well.
The thuggery comment.
So was that
the thuggery comment?
Yeah, I would say I'd done a Hardcastle McCormick TV show way back in the day. A guest star. I'd done tons of theater. That was my training as stage. And I did a movie called Give Me an F. I took a quarter off of school, off of UCLA to go do that. I was a featured extra. Interesting enough, it was about cheerleaders, 4 different cheerleading teams. And I was part of the cheerleading team called the
when
Demons.
The thuggery cometh, I think of
So perhaps a foreshadow to landing the role of Alice in a Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Word association. That is of your 2 Nightmare on Elm Street movies, because you are Alice the lone survivor. Like you survived.
No, because the first thing that came to my mind are farts.
That's a hard question to answer because it's kind of like, let's say you have 2 children and you say, well, which one's your favorite? And of course I'm thinking, well, the first one, of course. Firstborn. No, I really love both of them because I mean, they're both so different, first of all. They're just so different. I mean, in 4, you have, Alice, you see the character arc and her, from meek and shy to kick-ass chick, and you get to see her evolve into that.
Pick a word.
And you also have, Nightmare 4, the music is amazing, and we have great chemistry with all the characters. I love the script, And Nightmare 5, I feel, is a really brave film, especially for 1989, because of all of these social issues it was dealing with. It was dealing with bulimia and anorexia. It was dealing with teen pregnancy, abortion, all kinds of stuff, So it was just such a different script, but I love playing Alice in both of them, for sure. And I think 5 is getting a lot more recognition now. 5 is getting a lot more appreciation now. I think 5 is a little ahead of its time because it was touching on the subjects that people didn't really want to talk about that were sensitive. And now,
Vito, fact.
29 years later, it's different.
Simmer.
And there's great effects
look at
in
that.
5. Oh my gosh, the comic book stuff and all that,
And
So
those are the
I'm
facts.
glad you
Right,
love
Vito.
5.
I like getting the backstory of Freddy that gave you like a little bit of the insight. Because they never went all the way back. It was just like, oh, this is the guy. He did this terrible thing. He's in the boiler room. Blah, blah, blah. But they went in depth, like, okay, he's a little bit more than a terrible guy. This guy.
Right. And he didn't have the best beginning with his mother being raped by the maniacs. You know what I mean?
She was raped.
I mean, seriously, that's such a crazy scene. And filming that was nuts. I mean, it was a huge set that was built. And when they walk, and there's 100 extras walking around, creepy, and there's crazy, gross costumes, and I'm in my little nun, and I'm in my nun wardrobe. I mean, it was creepy to even film that. And they lock the door, and I'm like, I know it's a movie, but we're filming. But I'm like, oh god, I hope they have the key.
Danny says, I immediately thought of that. I remember what I thought of when the door locked and your face. And my heart started bracing. And I'm like, not gonna say. And they're all looking at you like they're going.
Yeah,
I
was the fresh meat.
I'm not quick.
I was the fresh meat. Terrified.
Yeah,
Not
I
so
actually
fresh.
did see some parts of the movie, and your facial expressions are like dead on.
Okay, I got one.
And
Since
you know what?
we're going
both
down
in
that
the
road,
entertainment
Vito,
business,
there,
and like
it's his
even
brand,
with
so I'm just
wrestling,
gonna follow
you
him.
gotta have those
Balls.
expressions at those key moments. And you definitely killed it on some of those. And like, I hope they aren't like your facial expressions in real life when you're dealing with personal issues.
Danny, balls. Be afraid because that was scary.
Low.
So I'm sure that guy
Well, thank you. No, I mean, I really,
Harry
did my best as an actor to,
all right,
emulate who I saw as Alice, and how she would move and walk and talk and express, and all that. So I love being an actor. It's so fun to create characters.
It is great because, like, you know what? And a lot of people, a lot of things that we talk about, like people ask me about acting and they say wrestling. And you know what they have? And I tell them, you got to look at the producer's vision of what they want. And what came to mind, the character. Then you got to put your own perception on how we come out.
Shout out!
Because this
I
way
didn't break my leg on the ballet bar.
It was a model home, right? So why they had a ballet bar up in the model home?
Absolutely.
I'll never know. And it was in the
and
master
additional,
bedroom,
though, very, very important is backstory.
I went in to use
is
the
your
bathroom,
backstory.
and then when I came out, I was like,
you have to have your backstory. Where did you grow up? Were your parents, were they married? Did you go through divorce? Do you have brothers, sisters? Where did you grow up? What are your happiest memories? What are your saddest memories as that character? So you have to build that background.
You want to know how I was in wrestling. I was known as a heel. That means the bad guy.
Okay.
I should have made a list for this.
I used to have these faces when I was beating up on the good guy.
Weirdo,
Dan.
Weirdo.
How do you get those faces? Because you look like you're killing someone. I would tell them that I would take the worst parts of my childhood.
Weirdo, mean. What's your choice? Don't say Becca.
That person. Look at that person like that's the person. Yeah.
Dirty old man. I don't know.
For all the years I performed, every place I went, anytime I had to be a tough guy, anytime I had to do something, I wasn't looking at the actor.
Yes.
I was looking at the person who did these horrible things.
I think of
and
God,
that's how come people thought I was really scary.
Yeah.
Because it was too real to believe it could be that angry.
Dan, pick a word.
Point.
You're like a method actor.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say. That's totally method acting. Yeah,
dancing.
Method, yeah.
Feel your role. They used some old footage of you in the movie Freddy versus Jason.
Asshole Bella is in here.
They didn't bring you back because I really thought that needed to happen in that movie, and they used this old footage. Did that bother you?
Asshole Bella.
That's a really good question because in fact, yes, it did bother me. In fact, I heard about it that they were doing this Freddy, and then they contacted me
the band,
they were going to use this footage, so they needed was like, I just signed something, for them. And then I'm like, but why don't you have me do like a cameo or something, this is a discussion with my agent, and she reached out to them, and they're like, okay, well, sure. If she wants to pay her own airline ticket, they film in Canada, by the way. If she wants to buy her own airline ticket and put herself up in a hotel, okay, put her in it. Is that the most insulting thing in the world?
That was a huge blockbuster movie that did amazing numbers, and they were showing on audio in a hotel. And the thing is that the laughing part of that is, as basically the lone survivor of the Freddy, why would you not be there? The lone survivor.
The Dan wants to get to know his mother.
I know her way too
talking
well.
to the choir here. Tell you, I know. I'm just. It still kind of blows my mind.
Very nice.
Man.
That is the most insulting, and I'm telling you, the most insulting thing you can do to a performer is when they have something that is great and something that came out and something that was so loved by the
Look at this right here.
Get in there real quick. Let Vito see.
You fly yourself in, put yourself up, donate your time.
Which is absurd. You don't do that. I mean, it was like to really say that. They could have just said, no, Lisa, thank you so much, but no, we already have the script written, and we're just going to use these clips. Okay. So, but I guess they just thought, well, we could just say if she wants to bring herself up here, okay, we'll do it. But I was like, I'm over it. I'm totally over it. I mean, you have to get over things like that because all kinds of crazy stuff happens in this business. But yeah, that's the story.
I always have
Vito,
you got to see him at conventions.
I knew it.
Conventions,
I knew it. You dirtball. I knew it.
And the
Such a
points
dirt.
and then do the cat.
How I feel. You feel vagina?
I love vagina.
Well,
yeah, not worth the energy. Not worth
Another round.
Right.
Vagina, a word I don't want to continue hearing out of your mouth. Badly, so every once in a while, we're sitting here watching wrestling on a Monday night. Vito pops up on the screen, and they don't even ask his permission.
Oh.
Dan, go on TV for 4 weeks last year, and he didn't get a dime. They didn't ask. I'm so hungry. I am so
bad. I do get some residuals though from Freddy versus Jason.
I can't do it. Every time somebody mentions something remotely close to
like
food, I want to
they
die.
actually have
I can't go
on. Movie.
Don't you notice how
like
nice
to act with Robert again, and it also brings in that that Jason, that Friday the 13th. Oh yeah, I look like a million, which creates pretty much like the ultimate in slasher horror movies. And you are the lone survivor of Nightmare on Elm Street. That made a lack.
I think you're delirious on the cleanse.
I think it would have been an improvement too. Yeah,
it's so hard for me
if you ever
what I'm doing.
Right,
like my mind is like seriously wandering around some. I have no idea. I'm like losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I can't. I want food. I want food.
I make you this order it. What do you want me to tell you? Here you are just rocking and you're inviting people to your home. And then it kind of reenacts
for those of you at home that are listening, I just gave Vito the finger. She's telling the tale.
Exactly.
I like it. I like it.
You know, like they did in Titanic.
Last thing's
pretty good looking gun there,
yeah.
That's exactly what
I love it. That's a great idea.
That is a good idea.
I don't want 100%. I only want to work at look at you.
That's what throws your packages around when you order stuff.
Gonna want to like a script thing in here too. He's gonna be like,
and I don't want to fly
package around if I order it.
I want to fly in America.
Yeah, I'll throw it around.
The South. I'm gonna go with the South.
Now, are you? Were you always?
You are the next word for word association.
Handsome.
Handsome. Legitimately going with handsome.
Yes. Oh yeah, my first thrilling as a kid in grade school. Okay,
handsome.
You know how you used to be able to buy, books like extra books, fun reading books and stuff. But I loved the library.
I to annoy Vito.
And I was fascinated with ghosts and poltergeist. Even in third grade, fourth grade, I'm renting out books. I'm checking out books about ghost stories and this kind of thing. The first novel I ever read was Dracula by Bram Stoker, the original Dracula. I think I was 10 years old when I read that.
Gunner.
And I read it literally.
Everybody picked their animals.
So I'm from Missouri, right? And it's winter night, and we have electric blankets. So I read that novel under the covers with my electric blanket.
We lost your picture.
Whose picture?
I tried to keep it hidden, you know, from my family that I was all into this Baroque stuff.
See us?
So
No.
yeah, and then later on.
Gunner down.
You got some good answers.
Gunner's gonna rip our shit out.
So, and I love Nightmare on Elm Street before.
Good.
Yeah, and I love Nightmare on Elm Street. You know, the first one,
Can you see us?
second one, third. I love
Nope,
the
you
third
may
one.
have to go in and go
You know,
out.
so I was
Oh, boy.
quite jazzed.
All right,
Yeah,
we're
to have
leaving,
an
and
opportunity
we're
to
coming
finally
back.
audition for
We're coming
Nightmare
back.
4, but that
We'll
took
see you
some
when you get back.
undertaking for me to even get the audition. So anyway,
That
So, Foxy, how you
horror
feeling
was
these days?
huge.
You doing all right?
Slasher horror was
No,
a
I'm still sick.
huge
sick?
deal.
You
Like I
still got the
remember growing
sniffles?
up, that was like
Well, that's what happened when you have a
oh,
3-year-old
Freddy Krueger
snotting
was
all
on.
over
Everybody
you
was at
for a
the
couple
TV.
days.
That was
Yeah.
like
Who's the man?
When I said
Freddy
I
was the
wanted
man.
more kids.
I liked
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
better than Jason because
No.
Freddy had a personality. Even
Yeah.
though horrible, he had
Hi,
a
Hack.
personality
Can you
you
see
could
us?
laugh at, as opposed to
Yeah.
Jason
Yeah,
that
we
just
can see
came and
it.
slashed you up, and that was that.
Very good.
Freddy,
Right.
the joke.
Where
then
were
he
we?
slashed you up.
Handsome,
Oh,
handsome.
yeah.
Everybody did handsome.
And Freddy, you don't see a lot of blood in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of blood. You know, you've got these. It's very clever. You've got, you know, Debbie who turns
Dan?
into a cockroach,
Yeah.
right?
Look
You
at
have-
Vito.
Then
He's
we have
dying.
Sheila who dies
Look
of an
at him.
asthma attack. You know.
He's got,
Then we
itchy
have,
fingers.
you know,
He's
you
like
don't
ready to,
even
like,
when
pull-
Ken
I wanted
Sago's
to-
character
I
at
wanted
the
to say
beginning
my
of
daughter
4
Ava, but
in the big the cars
Why
that
don't you
you've
say your
seen,
wife
the world
Christine?
of cars.
It's okay.
The cars go
But,
crazy and stuff, and then Freddy does stab him in the stomach.
but
But do you see
no,
blood
the first
squirting
word that comes to
around?
mind when you say
No.
witch for me is
See any
bitch.
blood? So
'Cause it
all of
rhymes.
the Freddy
does.
Nightmare movies are just
It
clever
does.
and
Like, it's
wit,
astonishing fact.
and it just draws you in.
does.
He's like
Mean.
he's like
What
a real
comes to mind
person
when
in a
you hear the
way,
word witch?
you know.
It's
I will
cerebral
say Ava,
killer.
'cause
He's
she is
very
one.
He's
smart.
the cerebral killer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll talk to you
He has
He
later.
attacks your
Bye.
fears. He attacks your fears.
Yeah, he's more mental.
Oh my God.
And then at the end, he's physical.
They won't
So
go
that's
away.
what
Go away. Close our door. Goodbye.
well-rounded villain. I think.
I know,
Vito, we
right?
have
Who's
a
over
question in the
everything?
chat. You want to go ahead and read that?
Brother
from
Witch,
Vito,
I
Evan?
think
When
Wicked.
is this
Vito.
Scream Queen documentary coming out?
I knew it.
Yeah, well, you know.
And is she in
Now,
it?
and Daddy says
Yeah, are you in the
it's like
Scream
it's a
Queen
bad thing. No,
documentary?
it's not a bad thing.
Oh,
it's that we knew what Vito was going.
Well, I
to
haven't
do.
done it yet. I know
It's better
I'm
to say
being
Francine.
introduced into the
I mean, our
Scream
kids will
Queen
say-
Hall of Fame.
Oh, no.
Okay.
The
Wow,
difference
is
is she probably
jealous.
could legit fuck you up.
So,
She better like
so,
legit step back.
but I
West
don't.
left.
She's
I
coming
know about
down
the
here too, and he
documentary. I
knows
haven't
it.
done
And
it
he's
yet.
been
I don't know.
slowly
I don't
ramping
know.
it up a little bit.
Yeah, look into
So there's
that.
gonna be
Right, right.
probably
I
gonna
guess
fight it
so.
out, and that's the thing. There's gonna be like
Another
a fight to
question.
the death.
Now that you mentioned all this
Yeah,
about
Death is looking at
Freddy
her face.
Krueger,
I mean,
and
I could
Jason,
probably,
right? Being
I
you
could
were-
probably go with
you know,
you.
the-
All to the
the
sound of
sound of
Fantasia.
and you were
All
scared to hell. If you would give a choice,
No, it's
who
gonna
would
be
you marry?
Pirates of the
Freddie
Caribbean
or Jason?
soundtrack. So when they fight, it's like
Maybe
Well, maybe it
Jason
could be
because
the
he doesn't
soundtrack
talk.
from the Nerd Herd. There you go. Okay. So
wow.
I watched Vito. He's quiet. He doesn't yell
I love
He
that.
would-
well. Like
exactly, exactly.
I'm sitting here like, how did I
I
get
would run
dragged
the
into
house.
this?
I
Don't
would
you love the
rule,
way he shows
right?
love?
I just
like
watch.
campground and a lake.
I take it all in. I use it for
Like,
later.
You said you like your
Like,
headphones. I
about
dragged
these
you by your
questions,
head.
you know. Wow, you remembered
At
that.
least I have an answer to your question. They say it's listed on
That was only
Wikipedia
part of it.
that it'll come out in 2019.
The rep says when you stay with
but they
you,
did
thinks
not
of his
give a
number
day.
one
So just
ex-wife.
for your
Brad, give
records
us a word.
and your agent.
Okay.
Throw a word out there. We love
Okay.
word association.
I will check it
So
out.
anybody that's in the chat with us
I-
right now, or anybody
Horror
that's
people
watching,
tweet you.
throw
We got a
words
lot
in the
of
chat. We
I
will
love it.
do word
Over there for you.
association. Nobody is allowed to pass.
I
I
shut
shut
that
that
down.
down.
that's
I
okay.
gotta say what you
apologize.
think.
See, I think
Whose
we're
turn is
coming
it now to throw out a word?
Your project now.
All right, here we go.
I think it's
Here's
mine.
another good
Yeah.
question.
I
Yeah.
think it is
Tell us a
mine.
little bit about your upcoming role in the church.
Car.
Ooh. Well, very excited because it is
That's
being
what it came out of
released
mine.
Mean car.
in theaters tomorrow, Friday, October 5th. You can go to lemley.com and you put in your zip code and it'll tell you
Oh,
what
racy around
what's
here.
playing. But it
I'm
is
gonna
all over
say
the country.
sex
It's a
and
limited
tobacco.
release right
Hey.
now.
Car.
You mean a
But
convertible?
I
No, I
yeah,
didn't have sex in the convertible. There
yeah,
is no
I'm
backseat.
not
I
a
don't
good
even know
girl.
how we would have sex in
So,
the convertible. It's
yeah,
so
so
I'm
the
sure
church
you would
is
figure it out.
the
Yeah.
church
You're on your
terrorizes
knees
me.
on the passenger
Terrorizes me.
side.
So this role, I'm pretty much running around scared
You
half the
sound
time, which is
this
a
guy.
completely different kind of role than like Alice in Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
Yeah, Alice,
Um,
where you did this?
Yeah,
We're
Al-
happy.
Alice didn't. Alice kind of confronted, and this role that I play of Joan,
Car.
Laurel's.
I'm gonna go break the windshield. And Vito's
Yeah,
car.
she's just like,
That's
what
my
the
new word.
hell is going on? And I'm scared, and I'm sorry, I'm
Car.
sorry,
And if you
that kind
say
of thing.
Porsche,
So,
help me,
but it's a
I'll
really
knock you
fun
out.
You
film.
look so good
It's
on
a
TV.
PG-13, actually.
He never tells me I look good.
And it's
ever.
really, it's a thriller,
But he
and it
tells
was great to
himself
work with Bill
100
Moseley.
times a day.
So awesome.
Babe, you
And
I'm gonna say
yeah,
something
he and
about
I
it.
are going to be at the
She's
Lemley
been
in
going
North
to the
Hollywood
gym and she's
tomorrow
been
night.
knocking
So.
it out of it. Very cool. And you guys are doing a meet and greet as well, aren't you?
There you go.
We are. Yeah.
You're not as fat as you were.
Let me ask the next
yesterday.
question from the chat. We
Oh
have
my God.
our own brand member,
Noel,
Virtue, is in
Noel,
the
you're
chat.
not as fat
He
as
wants
you
to know,
were
Lisa,
yesterday.
what are your thoughts
Yeah,
on
there you
Rob
go.
Zombie
Yours is
films?
not as
He
doubled
thinks
as
he
it
gets
was
undeserved criticism. And what's the likelihood on you actually working on one of Rob's films?
Vito, word association.
Oh, wow.
Your ass is not hanging as low as
I-
it used to.
Oh my
I think
God.
he's criticized
Please,
too
with
much
friends
as well.
like you,
I
who
do.
need
I think
enemies.
he's quite brilliant. And
God,
the opportunity
here.
of
Oh,
working
God,
on
here we
one
go
is
with the
fascinating
guns.
because it's a completely different
Like that.
series,
Peter
of films.
Young.
I'm Nightmare on Elm Street, and
Young,
Rob
you're
Zombie's
over
a whole
50.
different deal.
Vito,
So
car.
I don't know the
Don't say
likelihood.
Porsche. And don't say
That would be an
something
interesting
stupid. Car.
match. That would be a very
Sex.
interesting match. So maybe, do you have Rob Zombie's
sex.
email?
That
And I
was
can
one of-
email him.
That was on a show where a guy was
Bill's
having
in
sex
all
with
his
his
movies.
car.
Saw that. Was that
Right?
all
Yeah.
those movies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bill
Or
DeMar-
you
was
can
a
reach
red-
out to Daniel
it was a red
Harris. Daniel
Ford
Harris
Taurus
should
of all
probably have
things.
it.
The guy didn't really have.
You just be
Good
like,
taste.
hey, what?
Hey.
Like if you're gonna
You
fuck
get it,
something, can you
make
send
it
it to me? I just want to hang
even
out.
his
bro.
car was like gutter
Exactly.
trash. You know what I mean? It's like,
Next question.
So the next
When
question
your
here is
car
from
is
Big
crap
Josh.
and you're fucking
And
it.
he's another one of
That's
the brand
pretty good.
members.
Vito, would you fuck
And
the
he
car?
asked,
You love your two cars.
What
Would
was
you
the
have sex with
most
them?
every time I
challenging
watch scene
wax
that you
we
have
talk?
done in Nightmare
because I think the
on Elm
Ford
Street?
Taurus would be considered a rat,
Oh my God.
right?
Probably
Yeah, that's
He's so
in the
terrible.
church.
He's
Your
There
horrible.
was
Taurus
just
would be
a
a
lot
gutter snipe.
of the stunts going on, and there's a scene
A
where
trash bag.
Freddie and I
hoe.
are up on this elevated
Oh, wow.
platform,
Trash
and we're
bag
kind of
hoe.
jockeying
Trash
each
bag
other,
hoe.
okay, on this
Vito
platform.
apparently fucks the
So
so
you have to
every
realize,
time he walks,
we're
it's
eye to
black.
eye, so
Every time
and
he
the platform
strips
is
it.
only so big,
He goes
so
like
they have
this.
they have
You're
stunt
wrong.
guys around the platform because if you fall off, you want to make sure
It's a
you get
long
caught,
way.
Oh,
doing it. So
it's
that
long.
was challenging
Car.
physically.
Wow, we're still on that?
And so I'd say probably the church stuff was
Vito
most
finished,
challenging.
but the rest of us
Yeah.
aren't. So yeah, I remember you guys doing the fighting on the
Convertible.
scaffolding part, like the boiler room
yeah.
type scene deal.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
was-
when we talk
that
about
was
convertibles
so pretty.
and
That looked
car
like it was-
sex
I
and
thought it
hair
was a
sex,
stunt
that's gonna be the
person,
first
you
thing
were
that comes to
actually
mind.
up there doing it too. That's scary. I'm going to show you these movies.
It's a little,
No,
it is, I mean,
Yeah,
you're
right.
up a few feet. It
Right.
doesn't seem like it's high, but you're dealing with
a lot.
physical
Mean.
live scenarios, you
Trash
just
bag
want to make sure
house,
you're not
Stephanie
going
McMahon.
to fall off and,
Oh,
crack your
God.
head
I
open.
read it on the
kind of
chat. I
thing,
read it on the
you know?
chat. Don't
Somebody else did it in the
Um,
movie?
Oh no! Every time I gotta say something about Leslie,
No,
I'm
no,
talking
no,
about
no,
it.
no.
I didn't
No,
know.
no.
I read it on the chat.
Anyway, now
Mean,
here's-
it's your
here's
word,
something
love.
like-
Unless anybody
it's
in the
pretty
chat
good
has a
to
word.
think about.
Oh, JD's
When
with
you
us.
think
Hi,
about
JD.
doing
We're
the
doing good.
church,
We're playing word association.
right?
If you have a
And
word,
you're coming
throw
together
it in
with
there,
a
and
bunch of
we
new
will do word
cast and
association
people
with
you
it, no matter
haven't
how
met.
messed up the word.
What is your
Happens to be. Oh, wait a
mindset
minute.
going into
Oh, we're
a
still
new
on car.
project?
1959 Cadillac Eldorado.
It really is about
damn.
just being
Okay.
yourself and
Very,
personable
Very
and
specific.
introduce
Yes.
yourself to
If you
to
guys have a
everybody,
word, you want us to do
and
word
what's your
association,
name,
throw it in the chat.
and
JD
just
says
it's about
beer.
creating a temporary family in a way,
Phony.
because you want to
Dan,
be, you want to
beer.
be liked, you want to like
Have
everyone, and we're all there together with the
Beer.
same intention of making this film as great as we can,
Oh, me, it's my turn.
and
Fuck.
about being polite.
There you go.
And
Fuck beer.
Fuck.
some actors
Fuck
don't
beer.
want to
Beer
rehearse
fuck.
lines.
No,
So
no,
it's
no,
just
no,
like,
no.
hey, do
What?
you want to rehearse
Um,
lines or not? It's fine with me,
Beer.
whatever. And
Beer.
usually say, oh
Beer,
yeah, let's do
drunk.
that.
Drunk
It's
fire
just
back.
about
What is yours
going
for
to
beer?
a party
Phony.
where you don't know anybody,
Tell me.
right?
Vito, beer.
and you smile and you're
You're fine.
friendly
I like
and
that.
I
open.
was going to
and,
say that.
and also just grateful to be there.
Too obvious.
But she was never invited to play
you
for
get into
it.
a situation like that.
I'm
where
gonna
you've been
say
in the
Corona
movie
with
business
lime.
a very long time, and it's same thing
Lime.
with the
We have
entertainment
another one.
business,
Big Josh said
wrestling, and a lot of
Swedish
times
meatball.
you find that people don't check their egos.
Not
at the
in
door
my
when they bring their
house.
resume.
Not in Maine's. Dan, Swedish meatballs.
Well,
Size of my testicles.
I really
I don't know if
have
that's
to
good or
say
bad.
Well,
there's
about
only
this big, right?
one
Yeah.
experience I
If I
had
had
on
testicles
Murder,
larger
She
than
Wrote,
this,
an
I'd
episode
have to
I
go
did
see
of
a
Murder, She
doctor.
Wrote.
Yeah, that's
And
true. If you have big
so we're
testicles
doing
that
it's
look
a
like Swedish
group
meatballs,
scene,
you're
and
gonna-
we were
Elephantitis
doing
of the
like the
balls.
blocking
You can't have
rehearsal.
that.
Stop it.
Oh
And
my God, Dan,
so
there's
I
another one. Did
kind
you
of
ever
picked
see
the
the guy
position
that
of
had
how I
the
want to
balls that were
stand,
so
how I
huge
want to
he
hold
had
my
to wear a
arms.
hoodie
I think
as
I
pants?
was crossing them or half crossing them or something. And this
What?
actress in the scene,
There is a guy
she's
that
like,
got
um,
he got
I
kicked
already
in the
have that
balls.
position. You're gonna have to
And
change
they
your the
swelled
way
up
you're
and
doing
they
with your
wouldn't
arms.
stop. It caused the problem. And
And
they got
I
so
was like,
big, and the doctors didn't know what to do.
wow.
So he took
Hey, Miss Bitch.
he would take
You
a
know what I
hoodie and he
mean?
would use this
And,
for the
and
pants
I mean,
on the
I
way.
was
And
really,
then he
that
would
is the
put
only
this on his
time
balls, and he
in
would
all
like
the projects
tighten it
I've
up
done,
like
even
this.
theater,
Stop.
where I
swear
find
to
that
God, Google-
actors in general have been just
can't.
really
I
cool
swear
and
to
sweet
God,
and nice,
true
and again
story.
have the
Swear
right
to God.
intention
Oh my
And
God.
that
to make
guy
us
now
even
feel
do
as
that.
Chrysler, you know.
Yeah.
So
And
I
that guy
would've
fucked
done-
his car.
I would have
Foxy.
And that guy's name? Lee
did it,
Iacocca.
and then let
Yeah.
him change.
And that guy now today is that's the Lord. The finger and said, "Is this Foxy, position
we
okay
just
for
need
you?"
balls.
That's
IKEA.
right.
Ah.
I know,
Listen,
and quite
do it.
frankly,
Vito,
quite
Swedish
frankly,
meatballs.
it's the
Crush your
director
ass.
who's gonna say,
Crush
"Hey, both
your
of you,
ass.
you know, hey, so
Crush
can you
your ass.
do
Swedish
this? You
meatballs
know, can you
crush
just put your
your
elbow on
ass.
your hip instead of that,
Across
or
the
whatever?" It's up to
nose.
the director
Across
to
your
look at the
ass.
visual that he's
Across your
seeing,
I think they
how the
crush
scene
your
is
ass.
blocked, how
Across
people are
your- crush your ass
standing or
with
sitting
Swedish
or
meatball.
whatever,
That
you
sounds like a
know,
weird
what we're
porno.
doing, and it's up to the director
Right.
It
to
does.
That's
talk
what I
to the
came up
actor,
for now.
not the
Just
actor to the
listen
actor.
to the next
Yeah.
word.
Not cool.
Okay,
I'm
was
sure you
Vito
can find it on
super
Pornhub.
polite and
Donald
friendly on the
Russell
set?
said
He's usually
Russo.
very friendly.
Foxy.
On the set.
Oh, good.
Friendly on
The way to be.
Silence.
And normally,
No ego.
Oh,
There we go.
Wow.
No,
I got
everyone,
nothing for
everyone
that.
there
I like went
is as
dead
important
air in
as
my
the other
brain
person.
for that one.
Everyone
Danny
there,
Russo.
it's an ensemble. I always look at it that way.
the one thing that I liked most about
Bad
doing
times in
films,
WCW.
and I don't know about you because, like, you know,
You mean
but
Eric Bischoff?
this is something that's good
Next.
practice. When I go and I meet my coworkers,
Mean.
I like to pick
Russo.
their brain, ask them
I don't-
questions, look at their mannerisms,
I don't
and how
care.
they carry themselves, and how they perform. You
I'm
find
gonna
that
say
you do the
Renee
same
Russo,
thing when you go
Because
to
that's what
films,
pops into my
and
head.
have you done
Vito
this in your
Russo.
career, my friend?
You mean actually watching a
Okay.
film?
Next.
Well,
we
watching
got
the
coming now.
actors
Guys, keep
interact.
throwing
Now,
words out. We're
I
gonna
would
go.
say,
JD
who's
says
the most
Brian
famous actor
Knobs.
you
Oh, I
were
can't
on
wait for
set
Vito's
with?
answer for this.
I'm
I
not
can't
making
wait.
you choose
Dan,
the
Brian
best.
Knobs.
I'm saying, who's the most famous?
AWA.
Mark
Nice.
Hamill.
Need.
Oh,
Brian Knobs.
George Clooney.
Hot mess.
Okay, George Clooney. Okay,
Damn
let's
right.
take George
Fuck.
Clooney now.
Brian
Were
Knobs.
you
Tag
shy?
team.
Did you ask him questions?
I'm
Did you
gonna
watch
say
him
Pity
prepare? Did you watch
Vito?
him work
Yeah.
to gain some
Hogan's friend.
knowledge on how
Hogan's
you could
friend.
be better in the
The
film?
light-
Oh, always,
That
always,
was
always.
wow.
I mean, that's why I love people watching in
That was
general. How
terrible.
people walk and move their head or
John
their
Brody
arms,
says
or
Sherry
how do they
Martel.
swing their arms when they walk or
Sherry
run, or
Martel.
you know, are they a little
Scary
pigeon-toed?
shit.
Are they more duck-toed? Or are they,
Mean, Sherry
you know,
Martel.
because it's just gathering a
Legend.
library of, you know,
Amen.
traits, you know,
Foxy.
to store away,
Sherry Martel.
you know, to use for
Goddess.
a character, you know.
I'm gonna
Like
say
George Clooney,
absolutely
he is
100%
sweetest thing in the
Vito.
world.
Sherry
Super
Martel.
sweet,
Love
no
it.
ego whatsoever. Just so down to earth and just
Look up with Sherry
adorable,
Martel,
adorable.
she likes
And then
her.
when we have breaks and
JD
stuff,
says
we
you
would
totally
chat and
pussied
stuff
out
like that.
on the Brian Knobs.
Now,
But
Mark
why am I
Hamill.
going to say anything bad?
No,
was
the first thing that
so
comes to your
nervous.
head
That was the
is
first
I
thing that
was
came
so
to my
nervous
mind.
because I love
He
the
is
Star Wars
Hogan's
movies,
friend.
and oh my god,
Uh,
it's like Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker.
Yeah.
Oh my
Now-
god, I
now
couldn't
bring up
sleep the
Jerry
night
Sags.
before the first day of
Yeah.
filming. I mean,
He didn't
oh my
Jerry
gosh,
Sags,
it's like,
but it's
are
Vito.
you kidding me?
Where does Vito's
This
mic
is
go
Luke
first?
Skywalker.
Hogan's.
Anyway,
Terry Sag. Not
I was so
Hogan's
nervous, and at the first day of filming, I had a
Not
ton of
Hogan's
scenes and lines and stuff
Not
like that,
friends
and
with Hogan.
All right, let's
It was-
use one of
I
my-
really
let's
had
use
to,
my
like,
word now.
take deep breaths and like calm myself down, you know.
Go ahead.
And then, and the first day of filming for me, it's always like going to the first day of school,
Damn,
you know, and it's
yes.
hard to sleep. And I have 2 alarms on, make sure the alarms go off, you know, wake up in time and all of that. Because it's so exciting, you know, get to be on set and all the time, meet these actors, and it's so cool. But at the end of the day, Mark Hamill, at the end of the day, seriously, he's like, again, so down to earth, so cool, so sweet. And we used to watch, he loves The Simpsons. So he had this huge collection of The Simpsons. So he would bring them to set, and we would sit in the trailer and watch Simpsons episodes together.
We have,
and then at the end of filming, my kids were huge into Star Wars.
Because it was
And Mark had me, my husband, and my kids over to his house and his wife. We swam in the pool. We hung out on the patio. And I mean, it was awesome. One little fun story there.
That was the end of that.
So Mark and his wife had 3 children. I had 2 boys. They were like 3 and 7 years old at the time. And there was a bowl of cherries on the patio table, you know, on the table that we were sitting and chatting at and stuff. And well, my 3-year-old, turns out he really likes cherries.
Vito.
And I look over, and about a third of the bowl is gone. Maybe half of the bowl of cherries is gone.
I usually only ask the
And
person.
my youngest proceeds to vomit.
Just like hostage
all over the
situation.
patio.
Guys, we got some more in the chat.
They were so cool. They were just like, no big deal. And Mark gets the hose there, and Mark just gets the hose and hoses it up.
Spoon wrapped in wrist tape.
His
dad. His dad. He's like, whatever, you know. So
she's not a wrestler.
Again,
she don't get it.
You know, just wonderful. There's wonderful, sweet, kind, down-to-earth actors out there that I've had a pleasure to work with.
Way Cool Jr.
Mark Hamill is such an amazing, vast actor.
I was a living
love when
gimmick.
he does voiceover work because I love his Joker on Batman Animated Time. He really
Billy Ray's old cat.
What you would think while reading
that's right.
the Joker itself.
No, he's
Yeah,
that's
that's
great.
Billy's old cat.
Yeah, he's amazing work. So whether it be, you know, acting in front of the camera or voiceover work like behind the camera, anything he does just comes out amazing. I knew that.
Yeah, he loves voiceover work.
What'd he say?
He loves voiceover work. In fact, this movie that we did together was called Watchers. There were 4 Watchers. We did the 4th Watchers. And it was also called Watchers Reborn, which is based on a Dean Koontz book called Watchers. And interesting enough, I actually read the book Watchers when I was filming Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
That's the greatest gimmick of all time.
And then, you know, 7 years later, I'm doing Watchers 4 with Mark Hamill. Anyway, it was pretty awesome.
Chaos.
So, and because Nightmare 4 is the closest related, or sorry, Watchers 4 is closest related to the original book that Dean Koontz wrote. Where was I going with that? Oh, well, the thing is, your comic books, yes. This is when, at the time, he created something called Black Pearl, which is a comic book series that he created. And I still have the 5 comic book series and stuff. So anyway, yeah, he loves comics.
I think of you guys. I have to settle a debate. I'm having a debate with a friend, and I hope he's watching. I always say that.
It is true.
No, I'm right. Were you in an episode of Boy Meets World?
Yes.
I am the winner. Because you whisked out on the question about the.
I might have done even a couple. A couple.
You guys were one episode, but he was like
maybe one, and I was the cute teacher's girlfriend.
Oh yeah, the cute teacher.
Yeah. And they also brought me back, and I did voiceover work for them,
Did you say
like the TV announcer on the TV or something. I did voiceover work for them too. Yeah.
Dan,
so you won.
I won. Hey, I won. Give me 5 on that.
I have another question in the chat. They said, did you ever think that they would still be talking about this movie?
Real beast mode. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Gangrel.
Well, no.
And I think toughest.
No, none of us had any idea, you know, because back then too, you didn't have social media like you do now. You know, you had your VHS tapes and stuff.
Did you see it?
And there weren't the conventions that are now where we can meet the fans. That wasn't around in the 80s, so. You know, we did the best we could with our role, and then that was it. But of course, I knew it was significant to be part of the series because I knew Nightmare 1, I mean, 2, 3. Nightmare 3 was huge, you know. But yeah, 30 years later, no, didn't have any idea.
Vito's
amazing.
muscle.
You can get out to see fans now so much more. 'Cause with,
Overrated.
like the conventions and the Comic Cons, and you can really get out and meet people, and it definitely keeps
I
the
love
legend
you.
alive
I
for
love
that
you.
film.
Yeah.
Look,
It does.
he's so mad.
think
Look, he's
that
mad at me.
with the advancement of social
See,
media,
he's got the
do you
mad,
think
mad
that
face on.
hurt
I'm gonna take this all out on
industry,
your mother. As soon as
or
I get
has
her on a
it
date.
better
That's
the
it.
We're not
industry?
Yeah, just make sure she gives you a picture from 1973.
I think it's been a great
We're gonna need a
way to
time
promote
machine.
what is happening in your life professionally,
Vito's muscles.
and
Annoying, 'cause he constantly puts them in
to
my
have people
face while I'm trying to
supporting you
podcast.
and to get the word
Vito's
out
muscles.
and get the buzz
We have another
going. I
one here.
mean,
We have
you don't just have TV
Karma,
anymore.
and not
You know,
any
you
wrestler,
have your
just
Twitter and your
Karma.
Instagram and your
Fuck
Facebook and all
Motherfucker,
that
look
kind
at
of
him
thing.
behind you. Look,
I
he's
think
like,
how
"Ooh,
it's hurt
look
the
at my
industry is
look.
that
Ooh, stop
a
it."
lot of the
Go on, douche. Where does
what do you call it? Like the real shows, the like Bachelorette and you know non-scripted shows. Okay,
Karma.
that are
Is a bitch.
what's that?
reality TV.
Yeah, the reality shows
Dan?
kind of thing.
Karma.
Because now
Comes for you.
casting directors, let's say I'm going to audition
No,
for
in
a
general.
film or even a
It's
commercial.
It's the movie.
They will ask what my
me.
Instagram account
Me,
is
me,
because they want
me.
to see how many followers you
Karma.
have. They're going to check you out. And if you have
I
more
can't
followers
wait.
on Facebook, the person with more followers will get the
Karma.
role. If a director
I like
can't
to
choose
create
between two
good
actresses,
karma.
they're going to go with the one
If
that
you
has more
create
followers.
bad karma,
And I
you
have
get
casting
it
director
back.
friends,
Vito.
and this is a fact. And I
Karma.
think that's just
I hope we
really
came to somebody
sad.
today.
I think that's sad. Because
I
what if
forgot
you're
all
not?
about
I'm an
that,
old
yes.
time person. I just
Forgot
started
about
doing
This
Facebook
sounds
like
like there's
last
a
year, you
conversation
know?
that needs to be had
I
after.
mean, I've had an account someone set up for me, but I didn't do anything with it. I
I
didn't do
actually
anything
gave
with
you a hint
Instagram,
about
you
what it
know,
was
because it's just
before.
not my
It has
favorite thing to
with
do.
Vito's
You know,
face.
I'd rather go play tennis or take an acting
okay.
class. You know?
So we're hoping
the same problem with
that-
Vito because he didn't do
yes.
the
Next
social
word,
media
guys,
thing
ritual.
very
Fuck
often.
you.
He didn't have a Twitter account. So last year we started everything up, and people are like, "Wow, I can't believe that's the number that you had.
Saturday
You've been in
night.
wrestling forever."
Yes.
Yep, ritual.
Yeah, it's because he didn't
Dan?
do any of those
Ritual.
things. And when they
My
first started, people did it. They could get 20,000 followers
You have a
in
hair
a day.
ritual?
Yeah.
I do.
Do that anymore.
Do you want to
Yeah,
know?
you can't do that anymore. Exactly.
You're
So
trying
these
to cut
people
your own
early
fucking
on
hair, of course it's
had like a
ritual.
million followers, but now,
I
yeah,
was
forget it.
gonna say,
You can't get
that's
that
a form of
anymore.
religion
And then you got to
for you, isn't
buy
it?
Pretty
and
much.
promote, spend money
You
to
literally
promote yourself,
cut your
and blah,
own
blah,
hair.
blah. And then you can have
And
followers
Job.
that aren't even really followers. They're just bought followers, you know? I mean, I think it's rather
Me?
atrocious.
We do a YouTube
Oh,
channel.
I can't
but
believe
we
this.
focus more on our audio.
Vito's
podcasting, and
skincare.
We do a YouTube channel, and because
was
they're
thinking
constantly
the same.
changing the algorithm, we can have times where we get 1,000 people, and the next month we get 16.
I'm thinking of
Oh
the
my gosh.
alcohol.
Changes, and because
and the
people buy
sesame
viewers, and
oil. Yeah, I heard.
cash in
I
viewers,
heard Vito
the same
got a
thing
letter
happens
from
with
Durban
us.
saying
It
cease and
changes the
desist.
algorithm for what we're putting out.
Is that what it
He
is? The
did.
algorithm? See, I
Come
can't
on,
even
you
figure
gotta
it
give me
out.
credit.
You know what I mean?
I'm
It's
getting
so
some in on you
confusing to me
tonight.
about
Telling
how to
shit
really do
tonight.
this. Like,
Look at it.
I don't know.
Knows
This goes back a couple.
you know
I
what,
know
you're
that
old school
face.
like I
This
am,
goes
because,
back to a
like,
couple
when I
episodes
broke into
ago. You
business,
cannot
You know,
roast
they
him.
told me
You
bad
cannot
guys
roast
don't
Vito.
sell
You can't.
pictures. You go to wrestling.
I'm
you
a
get
funny
paid for your
motherfucker,
wrestling, you're
people.
not there to
You
sell
cannot roast
merchandise.
him.
You're not
He
Sears
will
and
not
Roebuck.
sell
You're not
a
there to
goddamn
do
thing.
all this stuff.
Noelle laughed
And I
her
believed
ass
that
off
for
the
a very
entire
long
time I
because
was
that's the
speaking.
way I broke in.
Dying.
And I
Dying
didn't.
laughing.
But
You
I had to
But
carry
you know
all
what?
these, all this
When you
stuff,
know
these
him,
gimmicks
you
or
can
whatever
tell. And
to
right
make money.
now,
How
he's
do
so
you make
irked
money?
by me.
You make
and
money
he's
by your
waiting
wrestling.
just to
Like when
get
you do
me.
a movie,
Look,
you don't
look
hope
at
that
that.
somebody
That's his
buys your
back
picture,
face.
buys a t-shirt, or supports you love. You get paid to act.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
How you make
Fox,
your money.
Listen, you got to get as good as you
Mhm.
give, mister.
Mm-hmm.
at least it
What
still
kind of
keeps
nasty you are.
everything you've
Oh,
done
well.
out there.
Out those,
Previously,
keep
it
throwing
was
out
a
those
VHS
words. That just
cassette.
means I don't have to
Now
do
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the word, I don't know how
I
many,
forgot
how
what
much
was
of
our
the
word.
podcasting
Oh, ritual.
you do,
Ritual.
but
say
I've
Vito's
been podcasting
skincare
over
treatment,
the
but
last
he
year
said
and a
that,
half,
so
almost
I'm going
2
to
years.
say
And I'd say
Vito's
I did an
body hair
interview
removal
just,
process.
I'd say less than 5 days ago. Just on less than 5 days ago, I had
Oh my
250
God.
downloads. 250,000
But you shave
downloads.
your head,
because
and
I
then
was
you buff it
talking
up really
wrestling,
good. You
I'm in
shave
a
your whole
movie.
body,
We've
and
been
then you
doing a lot of
lotion,
press,
and then you
and it's
oil,
getting
and
a
then
lot
it's
of
a ritual.
recognition.
All I
Mhm.
imagine
You
is
wouldn't
like a
believe
body full of
But
shaving
today,
cream
the
from
internet
top top to bottom.
Oh my God.
Looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man walking around
Put
squeaking.
everybody over. Like when I say,
Yeah,
And when they ask me who's starting the movie,
He startles people as he walks out.
Wait, what the hell is that? Yeah, it's David.
I'm losing you a little bit.
I have two rituals.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear?
I can hear you.
One. All right. And I'm getting so like when you're doing stuff.
There you go.
All right. So when I'm doing stuff like that, and you name the names Saturday night, and it boosts the movie, and it's a great thing because like you know that you're getting out there and you're doing advertising for the movie and group. Two different being with that said, like today's podcast that'll go on all our networks. So a lot of people will get to know.
I'm laughing because out of five, how many people?
They get to hear what you have to say.
Out of 5 people,
it's great to be in touch.
You
know, sometimes people can't get
including Vito.
Having this helps, like going to conventions and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've booked movies through
Foxy Beauty.
My cat.
Yeah, like Facebook Messenger. I mean,
my cat's fucking beautiful.
I've booked movies that way. So yeah, that is awesome. It's another way, and then I say, sure, here's my agent information, and you can do it. But I get asked
I never get credit
legitimate films too.
Up.
You know, like
I knew you were going.
You know, so it is a nice avenue for that. People can get in touch with you.
Beauty.
All right, so Lisa, what other projects do you have coming up that you'd like to share with us?
I have
probably. I'm assuming.
Yes.
Beauty.
I filmed a movie called The Bloody Man in Kentucky this summer. And Tuesday Night is also in it. She reprised the role of Kristen in Night Before, Patricia Arquette's role. We don't have any scenes together, but we're in the same movie. And that was like pretty awesome. Can't talk about what it's about or anything yet. And then I have another one that's called the Mansfield Killings, which I'm cast in and also an associate producer on. So we actually we're doing some test shoots and I've been behind the scenes, very interesting, and we actually did a casting for the 2 test scenes we're doing. We need 3 actors, so but it's about actually, and I ran the camera during the audition and got to see all these actors come in and audition. It was fascinating. It was absolutely fascinating. It's also a lot of work. This producing
I'm not a crazy
cat
lady, I swear.
Oh my gosh. But I love it. I'm loving it. So yeah, so those 2 I can talk about. I have some other ones. Kexford.
Oh my God, she just read my mind. I legit was going to say Flowers.
Lisa Wilcox, or my website, Lisa E.
I swear to God, I swear. As true as
when they look for me, they look for Lisa Wilcox, but my website is Lisa E. Wilcox.
I was going to say Flowers.
Anyway, you can see some more
I got
stuff
another
going on
one
there
share
too.
my brain.
So there's
Stop it.
Quite a few projects. Yeah.
And the church is coming out tomorrow. So where can everybody meet you with the meet and greet, just so they have the information again?
It's a North Hollywood Lemley in the theater arts in the district in North Hollywood. The Lemley at 9:55 p.m.
Sunshine.
The show starts, but meet and greet
Vito,
is probably around 9:30. I would say. So and Bill Moseley is planning to be there as well. But it's playing all over.
Lovely.
So. Dallas, I've had friends say, "Oh, I found it in Dallas and Chicago and Philly and New York and everywhere." So it's pretty cool.
Set of what?
And Vito, you are going to be at Disney Springs tomorrow.
Yes.
At 7 p.m. at the AM theater. So yeah, I think everybody where there's people. I know that the producer, Dom Frank, and some of the other cast are going to be at the Philadelphia location.
Here we go.
Vito's at Disney Springs AMC, and
we know you don't really
at 7 p.m. and we have some stuff to give away. We're having a big party.
Yeah, I know you do.
I bet you do. Oh gosh! Well, I'm excited. We'll see.
The loveliness.
I'm very excited.
The only thing I can think I'm excited too for you guys. I think it's going to be a good time, a good showing tomorrow, guys. If you want to get tickets, you can go right now. They're available on Fandango. So go to fandango.com. Look up the church with your zip code. You'll be able to buy tickets. I know that here in Orlando, there's a 2 p.m. showing, but Vito and I will be at the 8 p.m. showing. Pick a word, any word. Anybody in the chat, throw up some words, guys. I'll be giving away T-shirts and posters. Vito?
You have merch. You have the church merch.
That's church merch.
Church merch.
Oh my gosh, I don't have any church merch. Darn. He's
gonna
gonna get me some, but oh darn! If I had it, I would give it away too.
Who, me?
Well, Lisa fell
Yeah,
off
you're gonna have
the
to
truck.
fly down here and
That's
take
how
the
it
exam. I
happened.
can't take it anymore.
Oh my God.
Well, my church poster
Melissa
just
will be
came
there in
literally like an
February.
hour ago.
That's
from
right.
FedEx.
And we just got
I don't know.
those today too. Danny, I threw up enough.
Yeah.
You
With
did
Big
you
Ann.
guys
Beautiful poster.
We got some
a lot of work.
handbills and some
You sound like a video
t-shirts
game
and
again.
some. We got.
Yeah,
Wow,
he's sending me some caps because I'll wear the cap. I like to wear baseball caps.
Oh wait, you're getting caps? Oh, I want a cap.
Oh,
Oh my god, I gotta have. I wonder if he has trucker
Hey,
caps. Like I
She
like
couldn't
Right.
get it through
Right.
customs. Shut up.
trucker hat.
Hey, Lisa, are you on the chat on Facebook, like the church chat?
Breasts.
Chicken.
Oh, you missed
I don't
it.
even know how to do that or what it is.
Dan, breasts.
Sorry,
Yes, have some.
I'm so lame. Hello. Oh no, I lost you guys.
Mean breasts.
I lost you.
Mine.
That's what I was gonna
Uh-oh,
say.
what's
Your
happened?
breasts. That's also my breasts.
The
Are you there?
screen just froze
Great word,
and I couldn't
Vito.
hear anything.
Breasts.
Okay, you're back.
What I got out of it, a bunch of tips.
Oh, we're back. Okay. It's been doing that. Happy hangouts is a pain. Well, go ahead, Vito. You go ahead. I'm
Now,
gonna
you
say
missed some
fuck.
good stuff because there's some
Foxy.
people in the film who I kind of terrorize, and I
Yes.
Don't say your cat.
so
I said yes.
like all the time I say, hey, you're gonna be a big star, big star.
say your cat.
Twinkle,
I'm not gonna say
twinkle,
my
baby,
cats.
twinkle, twinkle.
You're gonna edit this later. So then, fuck. My cat.
Oh my gosh.
Dan, fuck.
Oh shoot.
Yes.
Wait,
Oh, no,
it
you
froze
said
again.
that. I can't say that again.
It
All right,
froze.
so fuck
It froze.
me.
It's froze.
It's froze.
Good.
Yeah.
Ah,
Face.
it's frozen again.
Vito.
Frozen.
In
Oh,
your
heck.
ass.
Oh.
Wow. Face.
Oh no.
Jesus.
Ah.
Somebody come up with a word. Please.
Hello?
Somebody come up with a word, please. She's frozen.
For Halloween,
So I'm going
I'm going
to
to go out as an arms dealer.
now call Vito's going to call her on the phone. I want to
Stop
thank Lisa,
it
even though I had
now.
to jerk her.
You're getting just
Thank you
as
for
bad as
joining
him.
us, guys.
Stop.
We're going to be at Disney
I think
Springs
we're gonna have to
tomorrow.
wrap
Big
it up.
Vito's
We're
coming
gonna
to
be
the
signing
end of
autographs.
our. I'm going to be
Yeah,
giving
yeah,
out
This was fun. I thank
and
everybody in the
posters
chat for
and other
joining us and
memorabilia
giving
and
us
things
words.
from the
We'll
movies.
definitely do
So
word
if you are
association
in
again.
the
I
Disney
think coming up,
Springs
we're gonna
area
have to do
tomorrow
another round
night,
of Fuck,
7
Marry,
p.m.
Yes,
Show
I
up
was,
at
I was
church
just
at
thinking
8.
that.
Will be there. It is free.
We'll do another round
to
of Fuck, Marry,
come
Kill.
and
Everybody's
join the
down
fun
for
for the
it.
pre-show.
Because
But please
Because
don't
I was
forget,
fun.
go to
I
fandango.com.
definitely
You'll be
came
able
up
to
with
purchase
creative
tickets there with
Fuck,
your
Marry,
zip
Kill.
code.
You
I can
did.
do 2-week
I
limited
could do it. I'm
engagement
demented.
for
I
the
have a lot
first
of
2
time
weeks.
on
Then it's going to
You
expand
did.
to other theaters. So be patient if it's not in your area. It will be
Oh my
soon.
God.
So
Mary,
thank you
I
guys
killed
for
it.
joining
I
us
killed
tonight.
it.
I'd like to
Oh
again
my
thank Lisa
God.
Wilcox.
What
Vito
did he
ran
say?
away.
After
But
he
I'd like to
fucked
thank
Mary,
him
he
too, and
killed it.
hopefully we see you guys out tomorrow
Oh,
for the
this
big
guy.
showing of the church
Dan, give
AMC
me your
theaters.
plugs, my love.
Bye-bye.
Okay, good stuff coming up. Go to djbproductions.com. You can go to thatwaycoolwrestlingshow.com. On the DJB Productions YouTube channel, we have That Way Cool Wrestling Show, which we are booking a lot of special guest stars on the show coming up this season. I have some in the works. I don't want to mention any yet because the books aren't signed yet, but we have a lot of stars coming on over the next couple episodes. We are debuting this Saturday, a brand new show on the network called Capes Not Included. So that's a comic book superhero geek fest. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff that has to do with superheroes and villains and stuff like that. That's myself, LeGrand Jackson, and my man Bobby T. So we're going to be on there Saturday. That's debuting. And
Dan,
of course, DJs After Dark.
Dan, can I come
Yes.
on? Can I come on the Capes show in the future and talk about the Prince Batman soundtrack? Because I listened to the whole thing today, and I forgot how much I liked it. Can I come on and talk about that sometime?
Yes, we would love to have you on air. We'll talk about all kinds of stuff.
All right, Neen, plugs, baby.
I don't have anything. You guys know that. I'm just at South Philly Neen, man, and southphillyneen.com. I don't have time to put in.
You can email her at at ifellddownthesteps.com.
Fuck you.
And then
I don't have time. I don't have time to nurture my gimmick. I'm
email her mom
I'm nurturing my spawn.
Email her mom at bigange@thispicturesfrom35yearsago.com.
for 1976.com.
Stop it! Why
And
are you
it would also forwards to Big Ange at GeraldFordWasPresident.net.
You better stop. You better stop. You know what? I'm going to record her beating his ass. That's what I'm going to do.
I'm working network special. I'm working on a few
I'm going to
network
tell her how he talks so much shit on this show.
I think you should show her the show so she can see that Vito and Dan think so highly of her in 1973.
We do think. We think she's hot. I mean, she used to drive a Ford Fairlane. So what the fuck?
Abana, Cavassier, the Bee Gees, and Ange from 1971.
Stop it.
There you go.
Stop it. You better leave my mother alone.
It's going to go down. I'm going to tell you.
Why are we going to leave her alone?
We got to bring Big Ange on the show. I will tape it, and we will do a network special with Big Ange because we talk about her all the time. She's yet to be on the network yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make it happen.
We got to do it like, I don't know. We might have to record it and then do it. I don't know. It's hard on a Wednesday. And there's no way I could send her Google Hangouts unless Melissa is there to help.
Yeah, because she's not going to figure out Google Hangouts. Well,
unless I just go down there one night and
if we can make the Google Hangouts thing sound like bingo,
this is that will work. You know?
She's going to kick his ass. Watch. Did they
fight? Ba-da-ding. That's what she likes.
Oh my God! Domestic fighting, abuse on the big.
It is exposed.
Exposed. He whips Danny's ass. Exposed.
You just say the word cat. You'll be good.
Yeah, Foxy plugs cat.
Cats. Cats are eating.
Cats are eating.
One cat is eating. The other cat's sleeping.
Foxy, give us some plugs, babe.
Okay. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Viva Foxy Foxy. And my blog should be updated again as of tomorrow at vivafoxyfoxy.blogspot.com. I've been sick. I apologize.
It's okay. We enjoy your blogs when they come out, though. Let me know when your next one comes out so we can share it on the Big Vito Brand Facebook. Speaking of which, Vito, can you share with us your plugs?
Well, you know, it's Foxy at .1 Foxy at Foxy of the Foxies.
You see how catchy that shit is? It's like a really bad 80s pop song or like Barbie Girl. You remember it for the rest of your fucking life. See?
Remix. I'm going to do a remix. Foxy Foxy, Viva La Foxy Foxy, foxyfoxy.com.org, and cat. That's something I like making.
Yes! Dan Cat. Oh, yes.
Yes.
That needs to be a shirt.
Vito, I can make that for you. Vito, can you plug?
It's so long. It goes down like into a V. Foxy. It gets
It'll be like the cat tail will like be the words.
Go ahead, Vito. Plug your real ones.
We'll start off by, Mr. Danny at Guns Boji.
Will you plug real things? Guns.
Bam. Right there. Bam.
See, this is my word association with Vito's muscles.
This handles your packages, people. Just let me know.
Oh, God.
Can you please plug things? It would help.
If everybody would like to come to BigVito.com and check out the website, go to the Big Vito Brand on YouTube and subscribe. Go to Twitter. It's the Big Vito Brand. Come to Facebook Lives on Tuesday nights. The Big Vito Brand. We definitely have a great program. And I'd like to thank all the people for taking the time to watch our show, all the people here who take the time to work for the Big Vito Brand and have a great time and put out a great product. And last but not least, I will leave my wife with the closing.
I'm going to close it. Guys, check out Facebook.com/The Big Vito Brand. We have live shows going on there. We share all of our podcasts and all of our audio and visual podcasts on if you do it, I'll kill you, on the Big Vito. Also, you can check Vito and I out on Twitter. He's at the Big Vito Brand. I'm at Reality Capital T Spiller, the capital T's, because I spill a lot of it. We're also the same on Instagram. Also, we have new shows coming to the Vito Brand, a Big Vito Brand, shows coming back to the Big Vito Brand. So make sure you click over here in the corner somewhere, the like, and then click subscribe. So then that way we can let you know when things are coming out. And make sure you also click the little bell. That way you get a notification every time we go live or we put up a new video.
And you forgot about
what?
Our news acquisition.
Mix.
Yes.
We, as the Big Vito brand, are going to be on Mixed FM, Mix.fm. Coming up, we've already recorded our first show. It is going to be DDP is coming on with us, and we did a great interview with DDP about health, fitness, wellness. Macho Man Randy Savage, his starting wrestling and all those type of things. So you're going to want to check that out. And that is coming to you real soon. I will have a date this week, and I will announce it on the Big Vito Facebook and on the Twitter accounts. And we're going to rotate with our guests and our cast. And we would love to have you guys on to do the La Grasso Wed game. It is not like the Newlywed Game. That shit's cutthroat. This is serious stuff. Punches get thrown, bats. It's brutal. So that is coming on later. So I will give you guys the date. Is there anything else that I'm missing, love of my life?
No, it's just the fact that my wife has been working on a bunch of different projects and some things are starting to happen, so it's all good. You know, we scored the Mixed FM station, and we're definitely going to be promoting our own brand and doing our own thing. And things are starting to come around for us as far as the brand, having our own network, and everything is just takes a little time, but everything always works out in the end. So everything is full steam ahead. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We greatly appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very much. And apparently, everybody that joined us this evening, I will be sending you $1.99 in the mail for watching. So thank you for watching. Enjoy your $1.99. And everybody, have a great night. Because if you read it on the internet, it must be true. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This has been a production of The Big Vito Brand. You can now check us out at our new home, thebigvitobrand.com.